Oh my god, I'm back here after 3 years. Unbelievable! Alright, this is definitely not my typical video. In this one I want to share what I actually have for FPV flying, especially for Bando. Drones, radios, video systems, batteries, all stuff like that. Basically, this video is about what's in my FPV backpack. Let's go! Speaking about the backpack itself, this is not some fancy FPV backpack, it's just a regular hiking stuff, and it's been with me since the very beginning of my FPV journey, since 2019. It's pretty shabby, but it still does the job. I know it's not the most convenient solution, but it works. I'm okay with it. It works for me. This is my Tanga 2. It is pretty old. I think I have had it since around 2020 or something like that. Since then, a lot has changed on the market, more options, different form factor, size, everything. And ELRS works insanely well these days. I'm not even talking about the price and all the options. But for me, this still works pretty good. The stick extension is set exactly how I like it. The stick ends are exactly what I wanted. Long story short, I know there are other possible options, but now this one is still the best for me. And now we smoothly move on to the drones like this one. It's a FPV frame. It's an insanely cool frame. Yes, it's a sponsored frame, so technically you don't have to trust me, but I only fly what I truly believe in, so I think you actually can trust me. Alright, the drone itself is great. I already have a dedicated video about this build. It's running an all-4 unit, and what's interesting here is the keys electronics, the flight controller and Voltaris. And these motors, they are fly great, they look great. Everything is just great. I also have another very similar drone built following its FPV template. This one has T-Hobby electronics, but the VTX here is a DJI Vista. And here is yet another similar drone. The main difference is the secure stock, which was recommended to me by Superfly. I talked about this whole story of very precise drone tuning in one of my videos on the channel. The motors are slightly different, the hobby ones, but with similar specs. This drone is running a DJI All-3 air unit, and of course, all of this flies on Crossfire with mini immortal antennas. And this drone you might have seen in my previous video. As you might have noticed, all of these drones use different video systems, but all of them can bind to my DJI goggles too. Yes, that's exactly why I still own these goggles. There is not much to say about them, so we smoothly move on. Oh yes, this is an analog Whoop, the Air 65, and yes, because of this little thing, I bought analog goggles again. I'm using Skyzone 04 Pro X, or if I remember the name correctly. Who cares, just buy as expensive as possible. Here I also have another radio, another Tanga 2, but this one I built myself. This controller has upgraded gimbals from Pyrodrone, and yes, I put ELRS into it. This Beta FPV Air 65 Whoop and similar ones are flowing using this radio. I also have a couple more Whoops here, digital ones. This is the Power 20 Pro 2. It has everything: Crossfire, LEDs, GPS. I also have a video about installing GPS on it. The Power Pikachu is also digital. Everything is clear with this. Since last year I fully switched to digital cameras, and I still think the Action 2 is one of the best cameras for freestyle. Weight, form factor, durability, price, nothing more to be desired. I also have the Action 5, but that's more for cinematic stuff, and I only use it for time to time. I also cannot to mention the battery bag from Ethics. I wanted it for a long time, but for some reason kept holding back. Finally bought it. I'm happy, everyone's happy. But let's be honest, all this is just talking. These drones weren't built to sit on the shelf, right? So, let's go fly! If you are a bit into FPV, even if you've never been here, there is a good chance you already know this place. Mostly because of one of the most degraded, the most iconic pilot flies here. It is unbelievable how happy I am to be here and flying again, and my message is actually very simple. FPV is about enjoyment, about freedom, not about online drama or observing your gear and stuff. It's about flying.